Hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of The Screenshot, your go-to destination for youth, culture, entertainment, and social issues. My name is Melinda, and I am your host. Today, joining me on The Screenshot is Rumbi, and I'll actually tell you what we're going to talk about after Rumbi introduces herself, and, we get a bit more context on what we're going to talk about. Right?
Yeah.
So, hi Rumbi, and welcome to The Screenshot.
Hello, Melinda. Thank you for having me today.
Okay, asingene phakathi kwendaba esilandile. So, Rumbi, can you tell us about yourself and what you do?
Okay, that's like a very big question. But anyway, my name is Rumbidzai Chitsa, and then I'm the founding director of Whole Man Movement. And Whole Man Movement is a youth-led organization that focuses on being a hub for the holistic empowerment of adolescent girls and young women in low-income areas. So our major thrust is on health, nutrition, education, and leadership.
Okay, Rumbi. I love the youth-led part. These days we seem to have like a lot of youth-led organizations, and I like that because when you look at our youth-led organizations and they're focusing on youth problems, it makes more sense that you want to be at the forefront of, whatever movement that you're going for. So I love that. So I want us to talk about the recent project that you had, Lupane. Can you tell us about that? I know more about it than you do. Talk to us about what you guys were doing in Lupane for the communities there.
Okay, so in Lupane, we're doing a project called Think Health. And then the project's major focus was on ensuring that adolescent girls, especially young adolescents from the ages of 10 to 15, are aware of three aspects of their health, which includes menstrual health, also including mental health, and also including nutrition, because all of those three, they are interlinked. So we're actually providing a comprehensive program for them to learn more about their health at a young age, because adolescence is often like in a confusing stage. I was born this is happening, that is happening. So at least if you get information, it helps. So that's why our major focus was young adolescents from 10 to 15. So we went to 3 schools. It was Fatima Primary School, Chocholo Primary School, and Chocholo High School.
Okay, I think guidance is needed. That's such a critical age. You need someone to, especially when one of the things you talked about is menstruation, and so sometimes maybe when you don't have someone to talk to or walk you through that stage, when you're not understanding entirely what's happening to your body, how to
navigate everything.
Maybe you're having raging hormones, acne, whatever it is, someone to tell you, it's normal, you're growing into a young lady.
Exactly.
So why one of the things, why menstruation? I think you did mention it, but can you be a bit more broader on why menstruation?
So when we look at it, menstruation is part of a woman's health, like a critical part of women's health, because straight from adolescence, especially from 10 years and above, you start menstruating till you're about 44, 48 or 38, depending on your body type. So the thing is, it's a major component. And then looking at our culture, it's not something of every day. It's on the table, something that you can talk about on the table. It's not something that's very commonly talked about. So that's why we also made it one of our issues to deal with, so that in as much as our major thrust is nutrition, and the partner organization that we had, they are specializing in menstrual health management. So in as much as we wanted to make sure that they are aware of their nutrition status, we also wanted them to be aware as you are growing up, when you see these changes, it does not mean yes, there's something wrong, we wanted for the project, it was more of a sister to sister, big sister to young sister talk. Okay. So in as much as we were training them, we were also opening up to talk about it, not in a, I've come, I'm an organization, listen to me. No,
I
we're
know
actually,
more about this area.
yeah, we actually learned a lot from them because like their experiences are different and we needed to build up from their experiences. So it was really interesting, especially to learn more about, you know, what they believed and what their definition of period is. You know, it was such an awesome experience.
So how do you get into that community and say, namhla sifuna ukukhuluma ngokuba sesikhathini? You know, sometimes when you go to certain areas that you know you are from the city, sometimes into lezi vele you learn from it, even from a primary school or whatever. It's not taboo, it's not anything like that. And is it the same? Because I don't want to assume ukuthi they don't learn in school in marginalized communities, and but like in those areas, are you also free to just come in and say, namhla sifuna ukukhuluma labantwana ngokungena esikhathini emzimba? Do you get a warm reception, or maybe there is some resistance coming from the elders of the communities?
Well, so actually, like I really thank the NGOs and the CBOs and all organizations that have been pushing SRHR because like it was a warm welcome. And it was not like we're starting afresh, we're actually building off from where others left. From. So like when you get into a space and talk about, namhla sizokhuluma ngesikhathini, obviously the first thing will be like there'll be silence in the room because it's not something that we talk about every time. And mainly it doesn't mean to abakwazi, but first of all, babengekho free enough to talk about it. So now when you see that silence, you need now to build like a confidence, a level of confidence also, and also a level of openness and trust to make sure this is like really, really a safe space, and whoever is blocking that safety, you understand? So that we are safe and free to speak about a lot of things. Because when you talk of menstruation, it's not just going good period in 5 days. There are a lot of things. Sometimes you have cramps. Sometimes, you know, you don't want to talk to people. You have mood swings. Sometimes you crave stuff. That's why we had like sort of like other components to also dwell on, so that they understand their body, they understand their mind, and also their experiences during the whole period from day 1 to day 28 or day whatever as their periods are long.
Okay, that's nice. I'm glad. Talking about safe spaces, I want us now to move on to the other thing, mental health. Like, how do you get to an area and you create a safe space for young people to now discuss an issue as big as mental health? You know, I think these past few years we're now realizing that mental health issues need to be talked about more, especially when it comes to young people. So how do you create that safe space for them to be free and say and lay it all out there, you know, this is my mental health state, I want to talk about it? So how do you go about it?
So mostly, like what we did, I'll talk about what we did. What we did is we realized that mental health was something foreign to them. It was not as, you know, easy to talk about it and get response about it compared to menstruation and other things. So what we had to do, we had to first talk about stuff that they already know and they are comfortable with, so that as they trust us and, you know, like we're building up. It's not like we started with what everyone knows, probably nothing that was on the objectives, just, you know, getting to know each other and everything, and then building up to menstruation. And then we went on to now talk, because we had an expert on mental health, another organization as well that we partnered with on mental health. So they knew how to make the children be engaged. You know, so we started with engagement activities, not just for the children, but for the whole team and the children. And then now, when we say what is mental health and no one knows, we then start to say, okay, laphana wathi sesikhathini wasizwa njani. You know, laphana ungafuna ukuyadlala lo munye, wacabanga ukuthi bekwenzakalani. you know, like laphana uzustay you wawuhambe engqondweni yakho wacabangani into ezinjalo, and with time you see them now pinpointing ukuthi, oh, so this is part of mental health, this is part of building up from their experiences.
Okay.
Yeah, rather than just coming and saying, no, mental health is A, B, C, D, because at the end of the day, babs are confused more than when you came.
Yeah, I think the approach when I feel like you are lecturing them. I don't think it works really in any situation where you are talking to young people, as long as you're not in a classroom and you're trying to get them to engage.
Exactly.
And then you come and lecture. Ooh, I will lose them shape. Okay, the last part, let's talk about nutrition now. And can you tell us more about what you guys do when it comes to nutrition?
So when it comes to nutrition, we must mostly focus on micronutrient deficiencies. And since our work is more on adolescent girls and young women, we focus on iron deficiency and anemia. So in the last 2 years, what we've been doing was running awareness campaigns on iron deficiency, anemia, making sure that adolescent girls and young women are aware of what anemia is, what iron deficiency is, and how they can prevent it. And also bringing in the context, everything into Zimbabwean context. Because sometimes if you just Google online, it will give you other context from other countries that don't fit to low-income areas that we work in. So we make sure to say, okay, so mabe city spinach, when you take your spinach in order to increase your iron, lapa we don't have spinach, what are the alternatives? Maybe you can take your blackjack, you can take uludelako, you can take APCD. So we try to make sure that we break down what is iron deficiency, why it is important to know about it, and how it affects you as a person, because it affects a lot of women on a day-to-day basis, and also leading to a lot of maternal complications. So we try to make them know before they are pregnant. That's why we're targeting adolescent girls and young women, so that by the time they get pregnant, our hope and our aim is to make sure that their iron status is above average. So that's the work that we do, and we are hoping to further make it more comprehensive and also include regular iron testing and provision of iron tablets, and also maybe nutrition guidance and every other thing surrounding micronutrient deficiencies.
Okay, well done. I'm so proud of you. So tell me now, how do you then keep your mental health in check when you work in marginalized areas? Sometimes you see impilo, ihlukene from where you come from, abanye kunzima. How do you then now keep yourself in check? Because I mean, yeah, how do you do it?
So, well, I wouldn't want to lie. At first, it used to break me. Like, I remember the first time we did home visits on our first project. Like, I think I had 2 days of not really not being well, because you've been knowing the state is bad. But when you literally visit someone at their house and see that this is bad. This is not theory bad. This is practical. This is how, when we say it's bad, this is the evidence of bad. It really broke me. But then after that, I just told myself I need to see how I get back from that. Because it's not like sometimes you go to a community and you see something and you're really taken aback. And it's human. So I should not say, no, I want to be strong enough to not be taken aback. No, I should feel every emotion. But then I should be conscious of how I come out of those emotions. So what I've made sure is I need to be very self-aware. So most of the times I know, okay, I went to that community, I was triggered by ABCD. Then how do I get back, my self-care? How do I take care of myself? How do I make sure maybe should I take a walk, and think it through? Sometimes it can be, okay, let me just take a walk 5 kilometers to just process everything else, so that when I come back, I don't act based on what I saw, but based on me as a person and how I've learned from it and grown from it.
Okay, I hear you. So let's talk now about your organization. like how would you measure the success of the organization? We reach a point now we can say successful as an organization. What's the vision for your success?
Well, our vision for our success mainly, since we are mainly focused on health and nutrition for adolescent girls in low-income areas, is to get to a point where really especially now since we're pushing anemia and iron deficiency, is to get to a point where even at a national level, it's something that's a priority. You know, when we talk of anemia, our advocacy has even penetrated to the national level, and it has brought fruits of policies and also implementation of those policies down to grassroots level, where we see adolescent girls being able to be tested any day, any time for anemia, and also getting those iron tablets, and also being able to make sure by the time, it's not like a time when you go for your prenatal, that's only when you get iron and folate tablets. But what if I'm not pregnant?
But I need
them because it's affecting my life, you understand? So I think when we get to that point where we influence such decisions and such implementations, even at a national level, I think we'll be successful. At least that's our goal one. So let's reach that goal and we'll see the future from there.
It's coming.
Yes.
So you had said you had partnered up with some organizations for your latest project.
Yes. So
these are all organizations based here?
No. So actually the project, we had done it in partnership with Ndoto in Action. So Ndoto in Action is an organization in Tanzania. So they are like menstrual health management experts. So we got a grant for them to come here and help us in the implementation, and also share, like cultural perspectives and also work perspectives. How is it to work in Tanzania compared to working in Zimbabwe? The marginalized areas in Tanzania compared to those in Zimbabwe. And it was really like a fruitful collaboration, because we learned a lot from even working in the communities, and we're now even looking at scaling up our project.
I love it when organizations work together. Speaking of which, we've got an organization ourselves.
Come through.
No, I'm serious. Like I really love seeing it these days. We started an organization for young people also, to encourage open dialogues about issues. So as we started the organization and we tried partnering up with people, and people are actually eager to partner up and try to share the knowledge of this and that. So I love that. So we now have another organization.
There's another one in the bag.
To learn from, because I really do like, we did something on entrepreneurship. They came through, they had a panel and they taught our young people things about, how to start a business, what's required. We also had a mental health thing. So I love it when these organizations come and help each other out, because, you guys tackle this and that. And so not everyone is a jack of all trades,
exactly.
They know everything. So, and learning never ends,
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly.
Anyway, Rumbi, I'm so happy you came. But just cut this child.
Yeah, she's cut to see the challenger.
But I want to say, I really wish you and your team all the best. And I'm just telling you, phase one.
Phase one.
Phase one, then phase two.
Exactly.
But I'm
very
sure
soon.
Figure soon. So thank you so much for coming through. And we'll keep an eye out for you guys. Because I always say this. Whenever people come and sit here and they do big, I always brag.
Before they reach this.
So everyone at home, please keep an eye out for Urumbi and War Woman Movement.
Exactly.
The War Woman Movement and the work that they're doing in our marginalized communities. So thank you for coming through. Please leave a like and comment. Please leave a like and a comment to show love to Urumbi. Until next week. Bye.